Okay, so I just wanted to go through this VCAA trial sample exam with you all. So it is a transcript of a phone conversation between Mitch, who's a customer, who calls his mobile phone service provider and speaks with the customer service representatives. He's complaining basically about a refund that he has not been paid, and he is not happy with the service and that the customer service officer gives. So he asked to be referred to this manager. So that's your background. Remember that the background is really important because it's actually giving you quite a lot of information about the tenor, about the purpose of the conversation that you can use in your analytical commentary. And so first things to notice, basically, we start with E, who is the customer service officer. He uses a salutation, good morning, really formulaic opening that meets the conventions of a customer call center. He identifies the company through the proper noun Next Connect Mobile. Good morning, thank you for calling Next Connect Mobile. You're speaking with Eddie. How can I be of assistance? So we have the formulaic opening meeting the conventions of a customer call center, including using proper nouns to identify the company, the greeting, a salutation. So we have, this forms an adjacency pair with a greeting, an interrogative, how can I be of assistance, meeting politeness needs. Then we have M, who greets informally, and so E maintains a degree of formality throughout the whole interactions in keeping with his position of a customer service representative and the norms of that position, whereas the customer M maintains a more informal approach. That is one, also because he's expressing his frustration with the emotive function, but also there is not necessarily a requirement on the customer to maintain the same politeness standards as the customer service representative, for example. But he does use politeness strategies to try and get the solution to his problem. So I'm really hoping you can help me notice the emphatic stress on the help, the fast-paced utterance of this is third call I've made, and we can see with the idiomatic phrasal verb fed up, combined with the pauses, the emphatic stress on help, fast-paced utterance, the frustration, and the emotive function evident. So we have this evident through prosodic features such as the fast-paced utterance, the pauses, and then the lexical choice of the idiomatic phrasal verb fed up. So we can see right from the outset Mitch's frustration. And E, in keeping with his role as the customer service service representative, uses negative politeness with apologizing and the use of the low modality verb can, and lots of the if conditional phrases. If I can notice them, you'll say, if you have it handy, can I have your number? If you can just give me a brief moment, if I can just get you to, so line 13, line 15, and the use of that conditional if, that is negative politeness strategy because it is giving giving M the agency to choose his response, okay? And so Mitch, so there's a brief dip into the referential function where M provides information such as his name and his account number for the purpose of verifying his identity. okay, which is a convention of customer call service calls, okay, the convention of this text type. And E then, thank you for that, Mitch. So we still have these adjacency pairs where you have a question or interrogative. Can I have your account number? And then provide the account number. Thanks for that. And I will get your account details on my screen. Thanks for your patience. So again, we have the thanking. So thanks for your patience. Thank you for that. Thanks again. So we have the continued politeness strategies, attending to face needs. Then M's frustration continues to be evident through the paralinguistic features of size in line 16, coupled with the lexical choice here of seriously, an interjection, and even the self-initiated repair sequence or false start in 1985, we perhaps indicating a depth of emotion, maybe desperation, maybe frustration, anger, and they continued, how can we help you today? So again, attending to face needs. M's typical conventions of unrehearsed spoken speech. We see M having some false starts here and a self-initiated repair sequence. So here and self-initiated repair sequence here. And then we continue with the referential details. So we see cognitive function of requesting a refund, and so trying to get a refund, the cognitive function we see. We also see referential function. We're trying to get these details from Mitch, from E, who is actually getting information. So M gives the details about the incident. So 2 payments came out of the account, $200, and notice the emphatic stress on $200. The casual spoken speech, if I was only supposed to be, charged $100, and this is the 3rd phone call, so we see the frustration here. Again, $200, 3rd phone call, nothing has happened, and E acknowledges that and continues to apologize using the formulaic I'm sorry, meeting the conventions and the norms of a customer service call center, the position that is held. He's experiencing this frustration. I can see you made a query. Notice too here the experiencing frustration. Rather than saying I'm sorry you're frustrated, I'm sorry you're experiencing frustration. So we have a nominalization of frustration. So there's still the slightly formal language used by E. So you made a query, okay, so the language of a call center, the refund request has been logged. So phrases like experiencing frustration, made a query, refund request has been logged. And M, the use of the emphatic stress on the the adverb bloody, modifying ridiculous. It acts as an intensifier, intensifying the emotion. You can see the anger and frustration that's appearing here. and E continues to attempt to mollify or calm down Mitch by acknowledging his feelings. I can appreciate your frustration. We see the elongation of the syllable A and the fast-paced utterance. Interesting, my screen is informing me that it's been submitted, the use of the screen, personifying the screen to make this inanimate object the source of information, perhaps making not a person to blame. Or anyway, Mitch continues the emotion being visible through emphatic stress and phrases like on line 37, here, line 39, I want me money back now. We can see again the demand. So here we've got, and if we're thinking about tenor, we see social distance between the two. Because they aren't friends, we see E's attempts to remain professional in keeping with his position. We see M's frustration in his feeling of powerlessness and being unable to fix this situation. Then we see him switch a little bit to politeness, where he's, can you please put me onto a manager? Through placing this request as an interrogative, negative politeness, and using this coupled with the adverb please, and the overlapping speech. Mitch reveals his annoyance, and finally he moves on to the manager, and the manager Ariel also fulfills the role of a customer service representative through this politeness, the formulaic utterance. Mitch says words like, look, I just want my money back. We have discourse particles, look. We have this idiomatic phrase, I'm sick of getting the runaround. And A, much in the same way as E, apologizes, acknowledges the frustration, using the falling intonation. Both of them using vocatives to address one another. Ariel and Mitch is a form of the politeness strategies, but Mitch on blah blah overlapping with understand, indicating his deep frustration and the commitment to personally chasing it up. And note here, M's don't stuff me around, I've been waiting to call me back, the threat, an official complaint with the ombudsman, and here the end of the call. A continues to maintain a polite tenor, and attempting to mollify, to calm, to reassure, to represent the company well. So notice those things in the way that the conversation progresses and see what you can do with it, okay?